Honorable Minister of Health and Family Welfare, all our honorable MLAs who are present here in this program, our advisor, our officials, all the heads of different institutions who are here, all the parents, and most importantly, all my dear students who are here to participate in this symposium as well as in this inaugural program. I first of all would like to congratulate the chairperson of MBOS and all the officials and the team of MBOS on this very, very important 50th anniversary celebration of the MBOS, which in the last 50 years has provided crucial service, especially to the children and the youth of our state, and is continuously striving to ensure that we are able to improve the education sector and the overall quality in spite of the many, many challenges that we face. I don't want to take much time and I will try to be very brief. But I normally don't get such a wonderful audience every time I speak. And by that I mean the kind of spectrum of people from different parts of society, government officials, institutes, but most importantly the young minds that are out here today. And therefore I'll take a few minutes to share some of the thoughts and ideas with which we are trying to make a difference in the people's lives and make a difference in the state. And I start off by telling you that we are working towards change. And I believe that apart from many, many changes which are very important in our lives, be it development, be it different aspects in the society, I personally feel that the biggest change that is needed in our state or in any other country and any other state, which is similar to what Kong Ampreen had just mentioned, is a change in the mindset. The change in the mindset is the most important change that will move and take the society and the state forward. I always believe, and this has been one of my most important mantras, I should say, and it's a very commonly known one, which is that we don't need to do different things, but we need to do it differently. And I tell you, I follow this principle in almost everything I do. And that is where the difference in the change in the mindset is required. You need to look at things differently. You need to process it differently. You need to do it differently. It doesn't have to be a different thing. Now today you look at education. When we look at education, we see many, many problems in education. And if you start going into details, it's very complicated. You will not be able to pinpoint or not be able to make a change in the entire process unless we change our mindset and we approach things differently. And hence, just like education in many, many sectors, we have realized that we need to ensure that while we are doing our programs and development and changing our state, we can't go for scheme-based approach. What is a scheme-based approach? Scheme-based approach is, have you given so many taps? Have you constructed these many kilometers of road? Have you opened these many schools? That is a scheme-based approach, because government is and departments are assessed on the basis of the scheme implementation. But our government started to look at things differently. It's not about the taps that you put, but it is the water that is reaching the house or not is the question. It is not about the irrigation and the canals that you make in the schemes, but the amount of production of agriculture products that has gone up because of the irrigation project that you put in. It is about the number of students who are able to pass out and improve in the quality of education rather than the number of schools that you've put. A change in the mindset and a change in the way we look at a problem. It cannot be scheme-based or scheme-driven. It has to be purpose-driven. What is the purpose behind what we are trying to do? And unless we don't realize that, we are missing the point. Purpose-driven. Government has to work in a purpose-driven mode. Government has to realize, and society has to realize, it is a holistic approach. It's not about just one part of a child's education. It's a life cycle approach. Your education and your health and your well-being and the quality of the citizens we produce starts or does not end in the education and the school that we put you in or the education that you get. It starts from the day that you are in your mother's womb. It continues when you are born. It is the nutrition you get in the first 1,000 days. It is the early childhood development that we can do for cognitive development and thinking till you touch the age of 8. It is the adolescence time when you will be growing into a teenager, and from there a teenager into an adult. A holistic and a life cycle approach is the purpose-driven approach that we follow. It cannot be decided by the marks you get on your class 10 board. It's unfair. It is important, but it is not everything. And hence you need to realize, and once you start looking at everything from a big picture, once you start realizing the holistic approach, once you start realizing that it's not just about that one class, one education, it's about the life of an individual. It's time consuming. It's not easy. It's very complicated because there are many, many departments that are in it. But let me tell you, this is precisely what we are doing today. Whether it's the Mothers program that we have, Meghalaya's Outcome and Transformation, MOT, Meghalaya's Outcome and Transformation in Health, H, E, Education, R, Rural Development, and S, Social Welfare. So people think Mother is a mother program because it's named behind mother. No. It's an acronym for Meghalaya's Outcome in Transformation in Health, Education, Rural Development and Social Welfare. We have given it a holistic approach because we realize that if you're talking of a child's health and a mother's health, it does not just finish or start with health department. It is a full cycle. And that kind of approach today is leading us into Meghalaya becoming, in a way, just a few days back the UN had come. And they were thrilled to see this program called the Mothers program that we have. One of the first unique programs in the entire country that is bringing these 4 different sectors or departments together to focus on the stakeholder. And who is that stakeholder? That stakeholder is the mother. That stakeholder is the student or the child that is born. I've realized and I've seen that in the past 5 years, I'll tell you, it's not easy. I know it's very easy for anybody to, come on social media and just give one nice output or, a nice, comment on social welfare or on education or health. Just make a comment. Oh, what is happening to this Meghalaya? What is happening to this department? It's very simple. And I don't blame you. It gives a thrill to you. You feel you're being, active. You feel you're contributing. Maybe in a negative manner, but contributing to the awareness that is required. Well, I hope all those negative commenters can think in their heart and mind how you could maybe positively contribute and change the mindset and think about how we can make things better. I'm not saying that everything is perfect. It's easy to criticize. It's difficult to be part of a solution. Be part of that solution. Be constructive. In education department, I've seen for many, many years, and I don't blame people for that. I know it's difficult, and that's why I mentioned that before I said it. That in the many years of the decision, in the sense, is it good for the politician or not? Well, is it good for that MLA or not? Will his people be happy or not if you place this teacher here? Will that particular MLA be happy if a new ad hoc school were opened in his constituency? Decisions were made based on whether the political leaders were happy or not. Decisions were made based on whether the teachers are happy or not. Or the teacher will be far away from the house, so we have to send the person back. Or tomorrow there's going to be a ban and everybody's going on the streets. So I think we should agree to what the teachers are saying. Decisions were made on the basis of managing committees, which may be politically controlled sometimes. Or people coming in and giving their views on what should be the decision for the education system. And you know what? We forgot along the way that it is the students, it is you for whom we are doing these things. Our decisions should be based on what is good for the student. Maybe that's where things went wrong, the mindset that I'm talking about. The decision making was based on factors and stakeholders which are important, but not centric to our decision making. And as I said, I don't blame anybody. I'm giving you an assessment of how things have been according to what I have seen in the last 5 years. And it's not easy to change that shift. Teachers are important. I'm not saying they are not. They are very important. But teachers also are here for the students. The political leaders and MLAs also are important. But we are also here to serve you, the students. The managing committees are important. But at the end of the day, it is the students who are at the center of what we all are trying to do. I hope and I urge, and let me assure you that we will keep pushing this forward even from my side. That henceforth, let our decisions in education be made based on what is good for the child. What is good for the student? It's not easy, maybe very, very tough, because there is a lot of complication in the department. Many stakeholders are there. But I dare say this on this platform today, that I think we need to look at this from a different perspective, and maybe not in one go, but I think we need to slowly, in a phase-wise manner, slowly start transiting and moving and this transition into a child and a student-focused approach and working towards what is important for them. And last 5 years, yes, it has been a challenge, but simple things, like we realized, and this is something which I have experienced every time I go to a village. And it does, I know people, I still remember there's, one press had asked me a question that what has been the highest point and the lowest point in your career in politics in the last 5 years. And I told them that my highest point and lowest point is every day. Every day. Because when I see a smile on a person's face, that's my highest point for that day. And when I see a school without a roof, well, that is my lowest point of the day. It happens every day to me. I go through a roller coaster of emotions. And when I saw those schools, I'm happy to tell you that in the last 5 years, though financially it has been a big challenge for us, we were able to mobilize enough funds so that all the government LP schools, we were able to either give new buildings or we were able to renovate the old ones that were there. And so on and so forth, many changes are happening, and I think I leave it to the symposium and all of you to discuss that as you go along. But on this, and from this platform, I would like to just share with all of you that a very important exercise that we have been working towards, which is to put up the Education Commission, is finally complete. We expect that by this evening or by tomorrow morning, the notification for the Education Commission will be out. And I'm sure that this Education Commission will keep aside all of these complications of different stakeholders and the systems that is there, and be a commission that will independently look into what is good for the student and for the child. And I'm sure that this Education Commission, which has got many members and many people who are experts who have been brought on board, will be able to slowly but steadily steer this huge ship. Education is a massive ship. It's not important to it's not easy to just simply turn right and left as you desire. It has to be, steered into that direction. It takes time. We have 50,000 teachers, 15,000 institutes, one of the highest percentages per capita in the entire country. And so it comes with its own positive side, but has huge challenges for all of us as a government and as a society. So friends, I don't want to take more time, but as I said, I'm very happy that this symposium has been organized, and I hope that positive suggestions will come, and I hope that we'll be able to get good recommendations from this symposium so that we can actually incorporate them to make a difference and make an improvement in the overall education system. I would like to take this opportunity, of course, to congratulate the students who have topped the exams, and really it is a wonderful experience, I'm sure, and I'm sure that all of you have worked very hard to reach this point. And I must congratulate you and your parents and all your teachers who have helped you to reach this level and today get these awards from the government. So I congratulate you, and I wish and I hope that this positive competitiveness will always remain in your hearts and minds as you move along, because the world is full of competition. We may feel very safe and secure when we are at our homes, but as we move along and as we grow and as we walk into life, in terms of outside education, into the job market, things get very competitive. And it is this training, this discipline, and this hard work, and all the qualities that you have learned in this last many years, these will help you overcome those challenges in the coming days and years. And those students who did not top, who may not get the awards, as I said, awards are important, but there's a lot more to life. There are many high points and many low points in life, and every experience in your life will teach you important things. The low points will teach you important things, and the high points will teach you important things. Never forget to learn from your mistakes. Never let success get to your mind. Never let it get to your ego. Just because you're the topper doesn't mean tomorrow things will change. So those who did not make it to the top, keep fighting, keep working, keep striving. And those who are on the top, be humble. I tell everybody in my group and in the friend circle that I have, if there is one quality that I would like to tell anybody and everybody to have, is humility. So I hope the students who are here today, who have topped, be humble in life, be grounded. You can never be big enough. You lose nothing by smiling. You lose nothing by being nice to the person who's driving you, the person who's standing next to you, the person who didn't make it as a topper. So to our students, I wish you all the very best. Work hard, be disciplined, keep smiling, have the fear of God in you. He will definitely make a huge difference in the education sector in the days to come.